What's cracking, guys? As you can probably tell from the title of this video, today I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite and embarrassing anime just for you guys. A little piece of noble, alright? Get some of that history in there. And yes, the reason I'm doing this is because, Pewds did something similar and I was like, I talked about, talking about favorite anime, you should be ashamed of it, but I didn't actually do it. And what good is talking about doing something if I don't actually do it my freaking self? I'm a big man. Come on, yeah, I can do this. Is that right, Machiko?
You are that sweet.
Don't have to be so mean. So yeah, PewDiePie opened up a piece of himself, and I want to do the exact same as like a following his example kind of thing here. I want to somehow try to better the community and say it's okay to like some weird and out there anime, because I'm not going to be listing at least a lot of mainstream anime out there that affected me. So, I already told you about Naruto and other things. That's like general stuff that got you into it. But I'm talking about the real freaking nerdy stuff here, okay? That I've been watching growing up on that got me real dug deep into it. I mean, I'm sure this is not like a shots fired equivalent here, thank God. But yeah, there's still some very, very cringy and I guess other things like embarrassing anime that I can share here. So look forward to that. I'm sure it won't be used against me. Regardless, the first one I wanted to start off with was Hayat the Combat Butler. That one was really the one that got me just knee deep and stuck into anime. Because I remember I was bored at the bookstore and I found one of these mangas. I was just like, what's this? A combat butler? Alright, I guess I'll look it up. And it turned out to be one of those magical moments where I thought it was the most hilarious thing. Because there was just this kid that had the worst luck in the world, the worst parents in the world, and somehow he gets like this freaking Tsundere Nagiku and becomes her butler, and is even fighting with fucking Santa Claus. It was so hilarious that I fell in love with it the first time I read it. It's also when I learned that there was like manga scatulations online, and those were like, oh my god, there's so much cool shit. That was pretty much the point of no return for me once I saw all that. The whole anime and manga it's just like one giant meme. It is the most self-aware that it's filler anime and manga, that it's hilarious in its own right. I think the best part of it is it's still going till this fucking day. Fucking Hayate. I think I saw that 10 fucking years. When did that even come out? It came out in 2004. Oh, so yeah, it's not like 12 years now. Jesus Christ, Hayate. Now I'm gonna dig into one that influenced me as a kid, and this one was kind of mainstream, of course, here, and that was Cardcaptor Sakura. Now I'm not gonna go in depth into all these anime plots here. I'm just gonna be very brief. It's about this girl, and she has cloud cards, and she uses them to capture other cloud cards that she accidentally released into the world. But what I really liked about the show, it was like the first time ever that I really shipped like two people together so freaking hard. I got so into it that I even wrote a fanfiction. Posted I wrote 3 chapters even with my brother, alright? I do remember, hold on, I do remember that. Let's see if I can actually still find it online.
A few moments later.
Alright, I don't think it exists anymore, but I do remember the name of this person, this Piggy Ho Ho person's website. And I got inspired from all these chapters here. I read them all. I really liked it because it had the illustrations and the story. Alright, so that's enough of that though. And I also remember when I finally found out that the WB, which I was watching on, was only focusing on just Sharon and Sakura episodes together. I was like, why is this series such a mess? Then when I looked it up online, it was because they only did that. And then we had so many episodes just featuring Sakura that I was just like, oh, that's why. And it blew my mind, and I watched the entire thing, and it made everything so much better. Not to mention, it was the first time I was exposed to a show that had completely gay undertones in it. Another big one, you may know Pokemon. You may know Digimon, and Digimon had like an influence on me too, okay? But freaking Monster Rancher here, okay? This is like the nobody goes to this one anime. But for some reason, I really liked it. It like took a whole new spin on capturing monsters and making your friend, because you don't really capture them in Monster Rancher. You just kind of like tame them and they always follow you around. And I remember this kid Genki going through the world with his inline skates and fighting monsters with them. I thought that was like the coolest thing. It's like, because the trainers in Digimon and fucking Pokemon, they don't fight no fucking This motherfucker was a badass. And I remember when I ordered my inline skates as a kid, my mom bought me. It's like, why do you want inline skates? Because I want to be cool, okay? Shut up. Got my inline skates, and I was so shit on them and got so scared. I mean, I could ride a bike, I rode a skateboard, but not skates, man. And I did it all because I wanted to be like the hero in fucking Monster Rancher. That's how it was. The show got kind of dark, like towards the end, man. There's like it got kind of so dark that the WB cut out one episode entirely from the show. It was like, I remember catching it once, and then you could never see it again. I think that's how it went. But yeah, I feel like it's like the hipster Pokemon and Digimon, so I don't know. Maybe I feel cool for liking that. Maybe you got, I don't know, I don't fucking know. Another big one that was actually kind of recently was Kuroko's Basketball. Yeah, that's right, I said it. I mean, you guys probably already knew I liked it, alright? But it kind of did have a big impact on me. Because it made me actually want to play, like, basketball again. And I loved basketball as a kid, but this re-sparked my interest in playing it again. Because after every freaking episode, Nova would actually go outside. Okay, yes, I could go outside. Shut up. And I would start balling, man. That's how I would do it. Yeah, I wouldn't be the best in the world, but it was fun. I even took like a class in my freaking college just to play it again. And yeah, I got a little stomped here and there, but I did alright. It was all about me trying to get in the zone. Alright, I'm being cringy now. But yeah, it's basically about like these two first years, Kagami Taiga and Kuroko, trying to join together as a team in basketball, and they kind of have like these, I don't know, it's kind of like a superpower basketball anime. A little bit like that, where everybody has like one thing they're really good at, like 3-pointers or like jumping or passing the ball. I mean, it's stuff like that, but I don't know, it's really cool. Now here's what I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have never even heard of before, and that's Elementar Gerard, or Jelena in Japanese. It's about something that I loved as a kid because of Skies of Arcadia, and it's like Sky Pirates again, and the main character was one of them. And then he rescues this girl called Ren, that's an Edel Ray, that's basically a girl that can transform into a sword. It was pretty neat. It started out kind of like a light and funny kind of anime, you know, it's like nothing too major. But then it started getting really serious. Talking like people dying, like decapitated, like really like grotesque stuff people were getting experimented on. At least in the manga, not actually the anime. The anime kind of stayed kind of fluffy and cute. But yeah, I just really loved it because it reminded me a lot of Skies of Arcadia. And it just made me appreciate anime more if I could get something else that was very similar to something that was already dear and near in my heart to like as my favorite video game ever. And here's another kind of underground one here that this one is like my embarrassing harem one, okay? Here we go. Its name is Nagas Ariento. Hopefully I said it correctly there, because even after all this entire time, after reading that thing for years, I still can't say it right. It's basically about this kid who gets trapped on an island with only girls on it, and he cannot leave it. And obviously these girls are guy hungry because they haven't seen guys in forever. But it's not really about the fantasy that drew me into it. It was more about the actual lovable characters and just the easygoing day-to-day life and kind of fantastical world that they built there. Because for once Ikuto was a character that I really liked. He like actually grew up and became like a better man in the anime and mostly in the manga too. I read manga a lot more than I watch anime, okay? And this thing started in 2002 and it's still being written today, dude. It's like I know some freaking old school freaking manga here, and that's pretty amazing to me, okay? If I've been reading something that's been going since 2002 and I still enjoy it till today, that just goes to show like how fucking good and how much of a nerd I am into it. I did say I didn't want to bring up mainstream anime, but I have to bring up Full Metal Alchemist, okay? And I'm not talking about the Brotherhood reboot there. That one was alright, but I enjoyed just the first one. Because I remember like watching it as a kid, I was like, oh, I like this art style, it looks pretty neat. But then as I slowly started watching, I was like, oh my god, this is really dark. And I gotta say, once I saw the Nina episode, dude, that rocked my freaking world, man. That just left me in school the entire day going like, I was freaking traumatized by that episode as a kid, man. Which is probably why that meme is so potent until this very day. But yeah, this one is like an absolute no bullshit anime that's just about these two brothers trying to get this Philosopher's Stone so they can restore their brother's body, who's in the shell of an armor. His soul is locked in there. It gets pretty interesting. That's all I'm gonna say there. But regardless, it really opened up my eyes and made me view like these anime as less as cartoons and more as just like their own kind of art form medium. Now this last one is, I guess, gonna be like my most personal one, I suppose, and that's gonna be Lloyds Chaotic Century. But yeah, it's a pretty typical boy finds mysterious girl who has amnesia and he wants to go and find her past, and he also has like this little robot buddy Zoid companion named Zeke that's kind of like a big old raptor. It's pretty neat. But I think the thing I liked about it was you got like a really good grasp on the characters, and even like halfway through they had like a grow up arc where like the kids became adults and things got like way more serious. And I also remember finding the light novels for the first time in a bookstore, and I was like, why does Fiona have green hair? It's like, it was so different. I was like, what's going on? And the story even changed inside of it. I was like, this is amazing. But the main thing was like this kind of anime influenced me a little bit because it had these characters fusing with like their Zoids, animal things, and I kind of wrote a story. Like my first time serious story, I was trying to be a novelist, did I tell you about this? But I kind of based it off of it, where like a kid could kind of fuse with like a beast and do things, and yeah, it's kind of embarrassing to say that I wanted something like that, but yeah, I even named like his companion Zeke as well, even though that's not even the Japanese name, but if it inspired me to write like my own story and create my own kind of world and setting with it, I think that's something to say about it. Now, I know a lot of these are older anime, and I don't know if my nostalgia goggles will hold up with any of them to nowadays standards, but they were anime I enjoyed very dearly. So there you go, my big secrets of Noble being a total wee bum son of a gun. Hope you guys enjoyed this little tidbit insider here. I encourage all of you to start sharing your favorite anime, no matter how embarrassing they may be, okay? Because that's the only way we're gonna get over this kind of social stigma going on where it's not cool, okay? I hope you guys maybe found one thing you liked in there. I don't know, that maybe interests you. If not, well, maybe just share your favorite anime in the comments below or do whatever. I don't know, have some discussion. You're among friends here at Lost Pause. That's what I wanted to say. You know, don't be afraid to express yourself. Do whatever you like. This is the internet right now, and it's also an anime channel that very much welcomes anybody that loves anime and wants to share it here, and that's what I wanted to show to you guys. Because even if you feel like you don't have a place anywhere else, I want you to feel like at home and comfortable here at Lost Pause, but we don't judge, man. We may poke a little fun at, but we don't judge. I also want to say this is like a little appreciative thank you, because you guys don't really see like the real Noble too much here. I just wanted to bring him out forward and just enjoy a little piece of myself, I guess. There's some noble history. Plus, you guys were always asking me for like some anime that I liked and really enjoyed, and well, here you go. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being awesome. And I hope to see you beautiful sons of guns again next time.
You crazy mother.